Welcome everyone. We are on the roof. It is week 10. I'm Amy. I'm a nutritional therapy practitioner and I am also an NPC Bikini competitor. And I am just a little over 2 weeks out from my first show of the season. And this is my week 10. So not a lot going on this week, at least from the start, except for the really fun posing session that I have planned with my posing coach Karen on Saturday. I'm really looking forward to it. I tried to time it so that it was close enough to my show that I would have time to work on and implement the things that she recommended, but also remember them. So enough time to practice and integrate, but also not time enough to revert to old habits, hopefully, and to mess anything up. So super excited about that. I've been really trying hard to make sure that I am keeping my glutes up as much as possible during all of my transitions and my posing, but I know that that is something that I definitely struggle with and really need to be even better at, and that's what she is going to hopefully help me with. The other thing I really need help with is my arm movements. I just feel like they kind of flail around, and as I mentioned in most videos, I am tall, so when you just got a lot of lean limbs just kind of flailing about, I don't know how to coordinate it or what's going to look the best. Even though I watched the videos of myself posing, and if you watched last week, I inserted a bunch of just B-roll footage of me just over and over and over again, doing reps posing after I did my fitting with Angel Competition Bikini. I had the suit on, so I'm like, well, here I am. I'm just going to do a bunch of reps, and you watch it and you see it, but it's sometimes you just need someone to tell you exactly what to stop doing more than anything and what to do instead, or to help you kind of figure out something that works well, maybe what you're doing, and just kind of changing it a little bit to make it actually look good and to be better. So very much looking forward to that. That one thing that has changed quite a bit in bikini posing this season, and I noticed it very early on in the season at the Arnold, was that bikini competitors were posing slightly more like wellness competitors with a lot of hands on hips and different types of transitions. So I've been trying to integrate that in. I think it has helped a little bit with me feeling like my arms are flailing quite so much, but then I kind of forget, and I don't want to get up on stage and kind of then do a weird half hand on hip, half down thing, or yeah. So again, it's really just about practice, getting those reps in, and then having someone, an expert, tell you what to fix and how to fix it. So those are my goals for Saturday. There's going to be more suit updates in this video. They'll be coming. It's still a bit of a frustrating place I'm at. My coach with my check-in this morning said, maybe they just don't have the right template for your size. I'm like, no, I'm not just giving them my measurements. I'm literally standing in front of them doing my measurements. My mom is a professional seamstress. I know how to use measuring tape, and then I'm actually doing it in front of them. So I'm not relying on my own ability. I am saying to them, here, see this. You saw that in my video from last week. I actually am showing them, talking to them about the issues I've had with previous suits, wanting to make sure I'm getting the right fit. And then when you get another suit that still is not right, it just, it's frustrating. So having a little bit of suit frustrations early in the week, and hopefully by the outro video, I have some more positive news on that front. I feel at this point I'm tempted just to go back to my suit from last season, even though again I know it's not great, but hey, at least it fits. So I've got that going for it. But on that same vein, I do have options, and I realize that I am very fortunate that I have options, and that I've been working on this so far out so that I'm not super crunched, but at the same time I'm pretty time crunched at this point. So let's talk about my check-in before I get too far down the yellow brick road here. Insert my check-in photos here. So this is in the new suit. It is evident to me in these pictures just how tight that bottom is. Now I had it on for just long enough to take these pictures and run through my posing routine quickly. And by the time I took it off, I had it on for less than 10 minutes, and there were actually it almost had cut into my skin. It's that tight. I definitely could not wear it for any longer amount of time. It was ridiculously uncomfortable, that, and I don't want to overstretch that material or to damage the crystals by stretching it. I don't want to do that either. So check-ins, was not feeling super great about them because I was feeling so awkward in this very tight suit, but all in all, they look fine. Haven't received full coach's feedback yet this week, but at least it seems like on the output that we may not be changing anything. I did offer up and or ask if it was okay to increase my cardio slightly because I am feeling like we need kind of a final push before peak week. On peak week, you're usually pulling back. You're pulling back on your workouts. You don't want to get injured. You also want to reduce inflammation and fatigue. So you're recovering really well, getting rid of any inflammation in your limbs, especially in your legs. My legs are very full, so I want them to be as tight as possible. So there's really not a lot of time left to push. So I'd kind of like to push it a little bit this week. We'll see what he says, see if there's any other changes. I did also ask if he could give me kind of what he would see as a kind of perfect show day. Perfect is not a great word for it, but just kind of what the ideal show day would look like and in his mind, and what are some things I could kind of work on and plan on in that sense, because I am really trying hard mentally to just make sure I'm really prepared. As I mentioned, I do work a full-time job, and I'm going to be working even up until the day before my show, half a day until I leave for my tan. So I don't have tons of time just to think about it and prepare. I think about it a lot, but it's in little snippets of time, and the rest of the time I really do need to keep my mental focus on other areas in life as well, as most competitors have a life outside of competing, especially at the amateur level. Like, we're not pros, we're not getting paid to do this, so we have to do something else in life to keep it all going. So I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not leaving stuff to the last minute, and part of that is just mentally really preparing myself for my show day. If there's additional food I need to purchase, last year the foods I needed to pump up, are we really going to have a pump up plan? I kind of liked not eating a ton on show day. What does he want me to have on hand? So I can get some of those things, this coming weekend and not be pushing them off until right before my show. I think that's it. I don't know that I have a lot else going on this week. I am really trying to just keep things simple. I've been tempted to play around with the Ninja Creamy some more, but have decided just to hold off on that until after my show, just keeping everything really basic, really simple, really the same. Next week, I will completely cut out all artificial sweeteners. You don't have to. There are a lot of people who keep them in. For me, I just want to make sure I'm doing everything I possibly can. And that's something I've done in the past, and it's doable, and, not suffering to do that. I'm always very excited to have, like a Monster energy drink or something after my show, and it tastes super sweet and super delicious. So it kind of makes that part a little more fun too, especially because I will be, coming out of this show and going almost, just a couple weeks out before I go into my next show. So I think that's it. I really appreciate everyone for joining me on this journey. If you have any thoughts, comments, feedback, questions, please leave them in the comments. I really appreciate everyone for watching. Look forward to some footage from most likely a grocery haul coming up, more talk about my suit, and a super, super fun posing session with Karen. And let's get done with this week. Let's get to week 10. So it is time for my week 9 grocery haul. I got a lot of stuff this week. I am trying to kind of mentally prepare for preparing in advance for peak week, and just grocery shopping can be sometimes a little bit draining. I got a cart today when I was at Walmart that literally felt like I was pushing a brick. So the more things I can do to kind of make peak week a little easier, the better. And that's some forward thinking about what I might need. So some of this stuff I wasn't out of, but I just got more because I was at the store today and I had the energy and I got some stuff. So I went to Costco. Actually, I went to Kroger first, which is King Soopers here. And then I went to Costco, and then I went to Walmart. So this is all the things I got. So at Kroger, I got this massive bag of zucchini. Zucchini right now are on sale for 99 cents a pound, so I got a bunch, and I'm still loving zucchini. I also got some light salt. This also came from Kroger. My Walmart has been out of it, and I've been wanting to put that in. It's got a little more potassium, so just to kind of help with water balance and stuff toward the end of prep. Or towards the show, because I'm not toward the end of prep. I have another show coming, but towards peak week. So I've got that. That's what I got at Kroger. And then at Costco, I really went in for a couple of things. I went in for Calm. I have about half of one left, but I always try to buy one as soon as I open a new one. I take this at night. It really helps me sleep, helps with muscle cramps, just a really great supplement. I love magnesium. So I got one of those. It's an amazing price at Costco as well. I also realized I was running low on contact lens solution. I have never tried the Kirkland brand. I feel like I've never even seen the Kirkland brand, but it was about half the price of what I usually get, so I'm gonna give it a shot. So got some contact lens solution. I also got a bag of decaf. I still have some, but like I said, I'm getting slightly low and I just don't want to run out. And I was there and I remembered, so I bought it. So big bag of decaf. I also got this box of Meta bars. These are a 0 sugar bar. I'm going to save these till after prep, but it was the last box for $10 for, I think there's 12 bars in here. I think. Yep, there's 12 bars in here. I mean, so less than $1 a bar. And these are, the macros on these are decent. You know, I don't rely on these as like a source of like good nutrition, but they're great if I kind of need a snack or something when I'm not prepping. 130 calories, 5 grams of fat, 16 carbs, and 14 protein. And they don't have, they're sweetened with allulose, so tend to be pretty easy on my stomach. So I like that, I appreciate that, and just couldn't pass up on that deal. So I'm just gonna throw these in the cabinet and they'll be there when I get done with prep. They'll be fine. Costco, I also got another bag of shrimp because I'm loving the shrimp. Shrimp and zucchini has been just my favorite combination, and another pack of cauliflower. And I got 2 packs last week, but like I said, I was there and I was I just grabbed one. So I had that. Don't want to run out of cauliflower rice. And then I went to, and a couple other things I got at Costco. I also went in because I was running low on the Better Than bouillon. I like doing this. I think I've mentioned it before, like at night sometimes, or just as a little snack. They were out of chicken, so I've never tried the beef, so I got the beef. We'll see how it is. And I happened upon this big, beautiful jar of organic baby pickles, baby koshers. Super excited to see this because I'm almost out of pickles. I know I got those fresh ones last week, the Grillo's pickles, which are so delicious, the little pickle chips, but I'm trying to savor those because they're so delicious and a little bit more expensive. So this jar was, I think, $6 for that huge jar of pickles, so that was really good. And then I went to Walmart. At Walmart, I got a bag of organic carrots. I got 2 bags of frozen okra. Again, just still loving the okra. A bag of peas. I've never tried the Great Value brand of peas, but I figured I'd give it a shot. It was like less than half the price of the peas I usually get, so we'll see. If it's less than half as good, I'll know. And another bag of strawberries, frozen strawberries. I got 2 yogurts. I got the banana cream. I also got another jar of pickled okra. This is becoming, I feel like it could just be one shopping haul for my entire prep. And another jar of the sweet cherry peppers because I've just been loving these. They're so nice, especially if I'm cooking dinner at night. I just grab one and kind of munch on it while I'm making dinner. And again, they're not sweetened. They just are not hot. That's why they're called sweet cherry peppers. They're mild. They're really, really good. Really crunchy and vinegary and just so tasty. Got another honey Dijon mustard. This I'm not out of, but like I said, I was there and I just grabbed it. 2 packets of the fat-free mozzarella because it was in stock. Another unsweetened vanilla almond milk. This week I treated myself to an extra Prep Vice water. I got an orange cream in addition to my favorite, the tangerine mango, which I have now started calling the Tango. I think that's it. It felt like so much when I was getting it, but now that I see it all here, doesn't look like that much, but man, it was heavy. Like I got heavy stuff. I think the big jar of pickles and just the contact lens solution, like it was super heavy carrying this also. This is what I got for week 9's for week 9's prep. Oh yeah, there's been a lot of suit drama on my on my vlogs. It's given me a lot to talk about. Okay. Alrighty. That it feels so much better. Like it's gonna take getting like retraining out of it, but when I do it, I feel so much more stable. Yeah, much better. Yes, like that helps a lot. I don't think I had any other questions specifically. Is it okay? My transitions have felt awkward, like coming back from the back to the front. But does that look okay? Like, am I doing that okay? Okay. Yep. Yep. All right, here we are. It is the end of week 10, and clearly I am finally doing the makeup demo or the makeup trial that I've been talking about. I did one the week before last or last week. The weeks have blended together, but decided to tone it down a little bit. Clearly, I look a little bit insane. Unfortunately, I'm just going to kind of go with it because I need to get this video edited and released because it's coming out tomorrow. I've got my hair in the pineapple from the gym and no other makeup on other than this very intense eye makeup. So I'm not sure if this is definitely the look I'm going to go with some adjustments. I'm really tempted. I mean, I do love the smoky eye, and my coach always tells me that I kind of give off the, 90s runway supermodel vibes. So that's kind of what I was trying to go for, was that kind of like, 90s smoky eye with a little bit of the update with the glitter. So I'm tempted, honestly, I'm tempted just to do the glitter and like nothing else, maybe a little bit of crease shadow and that's it, but we'll see. I've sent a video to a couple of my trusted friends to get some of their input and see what they think. Let's talk about my suit saga because it apparently is never ending. So I mentioned in my last week video that I did order a brand new suit from Angel Competition Bikini, and it came completely unaltered and measuring many inches smaller than the measurements I did in front of them, gave them, everything. So I was pretty disappointed and was kind of stuck with the options of overnighting it back and forth to them to have them alter it for free, or there was another suit that was a quick ship suit that I could buy for about the same price as it would cost to do all that shipping. So I bought that suit. That suit is currently in Idaho. It was in Denver for several days, and then it went somehow to Seattle. Spent a couple days in Seattle, wound up in Boise, and is, who knows? It says it's moving through the transit system. So I don't know where the suit is. I mean, I do know it's in Idaho. I just don't know when I will actually get it. And of course, as I am recording this, I am 1 week and 5 days out from my show, so a little bit concerned. I did my posing with Karen yesterday, as you've already seen in the clips. It was awesome. She was super helpful, gave me some great tips, and we talked a lot about my suit. So when the new suit does arrive, hopefully she and I will do a quick video just to make sure that it's sitting correctly because, well, let's just keep talking about the suit first before I get into the stuff with Karen. So when the suit gets here, hopefully it fits. If it doesn't, my backup plan is to just wear my Toxic Angel suit from last season. It's not ideal, but at this point, that's what I'm working with. And you know what? It's fine. It will be fine. So somewhere or another, I will be wearing a suit on stage. So there's that. Let's talk about how the posing session went with Karen. So it was great. So really the couple of things that she really changed was my hip position and also some of my kind of positioning with my hips and also with my glutes, really making sure that I'm keeping my glutes high, but also being a little bit more upright, and also trying harder to make sure that I'm getting a little bit of a lat flare. I don't have big lats, so a little lat flare on me is not like a big lat flare on a man, just to kind of give some of the illusion that I'm broader up top than I actually am. The other thing too, going back to the suit, is when the suit does arrive, she wants to make sure that it's not sitting too high because my glutes are not super full. I don't have a lot of glutes. That's definitely something I need to work on building. So I don't want the suit to sit too high because then it's going to kind of give this very, very long back effect that I then have no butt at all, like that my back just kind of never ends. So that's not what I want either. So when the suit shows up, she and I are going to hop on a quick video, hopefully in the next day, to see how this suit fits, and hopefully they adjusted it. So other than that, just kind of went through the poses, talked a little bit about a few other things with my arms and some other tips that she had. So all good things for me to practice. And the really good thing that I actually am happy about is I don't feel like super overwhelmed by any of the changes. They all are good and intuitive and actually make my posing feel better. Not awkward. Like sometimes there'd be something she wanted me to change and I would just feel so awkward for so long. This actually does feel better. It's more just about remembering to do it correctly. So lots of posing practice in the coming week as I am moving into getting this close to my show. What else happened this week? Feels like it feels like a very long week, but also that it is actually 10 weeks ago and the weeks have just flown by. Super awesome podcast this week with the AB Live crew. It was a really fun episode, so I link it every week, but if you're not watching it on Saturday mornings, it is a whole ton of fun. I had a struggle with all of technology. Took 3 different webcams to finally get a camera to work, and that's just kind of prep feels. That's just kind of how it goes. So something I did want to talk about was I have a few things that I picked up from Amazon this week, and these are all again related to things I need for my show day. Next week I'm definitely going to show how I pack my bag for show, but until then, these are a few things I picked up this week that I definitely need for my show. So the first one is a clip-on light. So this is a light that it actually can clip onto your phone or onto the camera stand. The day of the show, the lighting can be really bad everywhere. And this is actually a light that doesn't need to plug in. It's a rechargeable. Doesn't use batteries, it just recharges. So if it dies, I can always just plug it in and recharge it. Don't need to worry about bringing batteries, which is super awesome. It has a really long battery life. I think it said something like, on the lowest setting, like 18 hours, but even on the high setting, several, a long time, many hours, way longer than I would need. And really all I'm using it for on show day is just to send check-ins to my coach. There was a show last year that I may do again this year that is in a really cool venue, but part of the backstage area is the locker rooms, and doing check-ins in this weird, I literally was standing in a shower, like a dry shower, to send check-ins to my coach. And the lighting is terrible. So just to give him a better look at things, to make sure I have good lighting and I have my camera stand and can take the best possible check-in photos, that I can. The other thing that just kind of came up on Friday night was the battery in my scale died, and I had a full-on panic of, what do I even do? Do I just not eat? I ended up finding another battery, was able to replace one of the batteries and get it to limp through until the next day. But in that panic, I ordered, I'm like, why have I not done this? A backup food scale. This one is actually, it's battery and rechargeable. So again, to take out as many variables as possible. I guess I'm not really probably going to bring this with me to my show, but it's nice and small, so I'll definitely bring it to the show in Wyoming. It's very compact, it's rechargeable, and it has batteries as a backup, so will not run out of scale, which is great. And it's really small, which I really like. It's about the size, that's actually pretty accurate, it's about the size that it is in the box. So it's a lot smaller than my other one, which for what I'm using for is great. I'm going to keep my bigger one for, when I'm doing bigger cooking or baking or something where I have a much bigger bowl or something on there so I can see it really well, but love this. The other thing I ordered was a replacement foil for my Norelco razor. Actually, this is, looks like the men's replacement because they don't make a replacement for the ladies razor that I have. I showed a couple weeks ago that I bought the Norelco One Blade, and I don't know if it's the way I'm using it, but every time I use it, it either causes some irritation or I end up cutting myself with it, which I thought was completely impossible. So I'm nervous to use it close to show because I'm afraid I'm gonna cut myself, and just, I don't know. I need to work with it more before I trust it on an area like my back. But this is my, just one I've had for years. It's just a body foil one, and it's great. just to get the hair almost, like cut down really short, and then it's really easy to go over with a razor. And again, like just to really catch every little baby hair. I mean, it's so hard. So like being able to just, I literally start shaving. So I'll start shaving this week, and I just like shave something every single day. Like I just rotate through. I just like start shaving like an arm, my back, my legs, my glutes, like my foot, everything, my hands. I mean, like you literally just shave everything, and then you just kind of get in the routine of just shaving, and then do a final shave with a razor the Thursday before the show. That is my plan. I'm sure the one blade, I mean, I've heard nothing but good things about from competitors who absolutely love it and swear by it, but for whatever reason, it's causing some irritation. I just don't want to chance it, especially when I'm having someone else shave like my back. I feel better about just going with what I know works and playing around with the one blade a little bit more, maybe in my off season or in between the shows or something. So I think that's all I've got for this outro this week. This coming week, I have some exciting things coming up. I'm going to talk about those in my intro for next week, so I don't just jump all over everything all the time. Hopefully, I have some happy resolution to my suit saga in my next week's video. Either way, like I said, I'll wear something on stage. It'll be fine. Thank you all so much for watching. I know this was a little bit longer one just because I had all that posing footage with Karen and my shopping haul, and I can't think of what else, but there were other things. I'm pretty sure there were. That's the prep brain at the moment. So thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you so very much, and really appreciate the comments that people have left. The encouragement that I've been receiving has been so helpful. And I really, really do feel, I am overwhelmed with the fact that people are watching my series, and I really hope it's helpful. I know it helps me to watch other competitors, so hopefully it helps you as well. If you have thoughts about my makeup, I mean, by the time you're watching this, it'll be really close to my show, but I would love those as well. And questions, comments, anything, please leave it in the comment section below. Please spread positivity and light to everyone around you, but most importantly to yourself. You deserve it. You are worthy. And I will see you here next week.